Welcome to Advanced Broadcast Technologies. I'm your host, Pallab Chatterjee. In association with Bright Blue Innovation and Media and Entertainment Technologies, who are both media sponsors of the conference, we're pleased to present some highlights from the IBC 2018 event that was held at the Rai Center in Amsterdam, Netherlands. The IBC conference is similar to the NAB show that is held in the US, but it has a larger focus on the distribution of content over multiple forms: linear TV, OTT, VOD, and mobile across national boundaries. This regional diversity brings a heightened interest in the quality of experience of the content being delivered and the adaptability of delivering to multiple devices at the end. Our episode begins an exhibit floor overview from Quantum, discussing advances in the StoreNext platform for version 6.2 for the storage retrieval of content across the capture through playout workflow. The new solution even supports 8K video with uninterrupted streaming. Following this, the CEO of Access Technology sits down with Bright Blue Innovation Editor Angel Scott to talk about the business case driving their product line. Bright Blue Innovation's Editor-in-Chief, Lidia Paulinska, interviews the new CEO of Maxon and the makers of Cinema 4D software about his new role at the company and his vision for what is ahead. Lidia's interview continues with part of her multi-year coverage of Imagine Communication and its executives since it split from Harris Broadcast, this time as a one-on-one with the CEO, Tom Coatney. Finally, with these product overviews, Pallab Chatterjee, Editor-in-Chief of IBC media sponsor M&E Tech, sits down with Technicolor's Gaetan Delacroix about the new technology being released to cinema and television marketplace. We hope you enjoy our show.
Welcome to the Quantum stand at IBC 2018. We're really excited to be here this year. It's been a really busy show. Got some really important announcements that we're bringing to the market this week. So one of those announcements is a new version of StoreNext. StoreNext 6.2, it'll be available by the end of the year, has got some really exciting new functionality. We've got new data protection features, we've got new collaboration features, we've got some increased performance and some better management possibilities. So we're trying to listen to our customers, trying to actually complete our story even more. It's some really fascinating functionality. So if I could go into a few details, we now have FlexSync 2.0. This is a replication feature that's within StoreNext that allows different sites to have their data replicated from one site to another, but do so from managed environments. This is important because a lot of our customers have over a petabyte of data. They have that data sitting on primary storage, on archive storage, and they need to replicate all of that data to a different site for either disaster recovery or content distribution. So it's an important feature, and we're bringing that out with StoreNext 6.2. We also are really well known in the industry of offering flexibility and access into a StoreNext shared storage environment. Accessing storage across NAS, across SAN, and giving our customers the ability to really optimize their access based on their performance requirement is really important. What we've done now is we now allow cross-protocol file locking from those clients into that shared storage environment. So now the access is much, much more coordinated. So that's another feature, part of 6.2. And the final one I'll talk about has to do with our ability to take StoreNext and integrate it better than ever into the cloud. So we've always been able to tier data into a cloud repository. Now we can actually ingest data from an S3 target or S3 bucket. So for those customers that actually already have an application that's in the cloud and they want to put that data into a StoreNext environment, they can do that now over S3. Our other exciting introduction at IBC is this Excelis NVMe-based storage appliance. It's really, truly an ultra high performance storage solution. So what we have going on here, we have a DaVinci Resolve platform. We've got color correction, real-time color correction of dual 8K 30 frames per second streams. This appliance can actually provide 22 gigabytes a second of streaming performance. So really thinking about the application of that technology for specific workflows, but also allowing customers to future-proof their environments. This is the kind of box that they'd be looking for. The other interesting thing we've done is we've actually converged the metadata and user data into this one 2U appliance. We have 3 versions. We have a 48 terabyte, a 96 terabyte, and a 132 terabyte option.
Okay, I'm here with Robert Guest, the VP of Product of Access. Robert, tell me about your products and what gives you a sense of pride about your products.
So Access is a software company, and we've deployed to the embedded environment for over 30 years. In terms of IBC, we're showcasing a number of things. We have our web browser products, in which we're really showing with our partners that provide application stores for digital TVs, smart TVs and set-top boxes. We're also showcasing our smart home services as well, which use the browser technology but also allow us to bring together smart home devices like digital cameras, door sensors, thermostats, but with your video environment. So what we're trying to do is to take the silos from smart home out and to make them work seamlessly with your video playback as well. Wow. Which is why we have that here at the IBC show, where it may be smart home is not as common as
yeah,
some.
That is a very unique aspect and aspect to it really. So what are your main challenges with the products and
So the problems that we help operators overcome and smart TV manufacturers is having that uniform platform to be able to deliver their services. So we base all our technology on HTML5. So we provide a browser that enables the operators to develop in HTML5 for their catch-up TV services, for example. We support standards such as HBBTV, which is an interactive platform to allow broadcasters to integrate both on-demand and live broadcast TV in a seamless way.
Very cool, so you're doing both.
Yes.
Who are some of your clients, if I may ask?
So Access has a wide range of clients. So within the TV industry, we work with a number of operators, mainly through partners. So we provide to middleware companies. So for example, one of our partners is a company called Zenterio that provide a middleware platform to Deutsche Telekom. We're here actually sharing the booth with EKT. They are a set-top box partner, and we're supplying through to a company called Oscillion that provide an IPTV platform to provide a cloud-based service to deliver to their customers as well.
That's awesome. So it sounds like you have a variety of different clients
and a lot of markets.
Yeah, and would you say that's what sets you aside from everyone else? Like, what would be one of your
I think what the big differentiator for Access is we're not only focused on TV. We have a TV market. We also are very active in the automotive space. So we're seeing a lot of video coming into the cars as cars are becoming connected. We also have a big heritage in gaming. So Nintendo are one of our big customers.
That's amazing. Yeah, it sounds like you have a very wide variety of clients and opportunities, which is very exciting. What is the most exciting thing that you're looking forward to this year, or like by the end of the year, as far as company growth and products?
So I think the most exciting thing for us is we're seeing this convergence between the TV world with on-demand moving into automotive. That's a big growth area for us. We're seeing that the car manufacturers are seeing this. They're moving from audio and on-demand with Spotify. They're now looking at TV-based services into the car. So you're seeing a lot of automotive manufacturers that are offering mobile SIM data plans. So then, of course, they want to use that data plan, and video on a journey is a great way to go.
Yeah. Well, thank you for your time today. That's all the questions I had. So yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Would you like to share some highlights of your professional career and how you get to Maxon and what you knew about the company when you accept this position, and what make Maxon unique for you?
Yes. So I've worked in the industry for about 20 years now. mostly in my time at Adobe, but I've ran their engineering department for the video and audio group. I've worked with Maxon quite a long time as a partner of theirs. They worked very closely with Adobe, so I knew the company and I knew the people. We serve the same amazing customer segment. I love working with the artists that we share together, so when I found out that they were looking for someone and my experience was useful to them, it was amazing. I also been living in Germany a couple times in my life. My wife's German, and to be able to then move to Germany again and work directly at Maxon has been it's been an opportunity that's amazing that it came together. I'm extremely excited.
What challenges and opportunities you see with Maxon and you?
Yeah, so I mean, the thing I love most is I've always really enjoyed sitting down with the creative professional, the artist, and just understanding what they need to do and how they can do their job better and how we can make them better. It's always been what I'm passionate about, and I had a great opportunity to do that before. So being able to do that here is what I'm most excited about. I want creatives to be even more creative and how we can get out of their way and help them do that.
Can you share something what is not related to work, what you like? What's your passion?
What's my passion? I love, obviously with my family, we do a lot of traveling, so we do a lot going around the world and taking the kids and showing them what they can learn about the world around them.
So right now we are in midpoint of 2018. What do you expect to Maxon be in at the end of this year?
At the end of this year, the biggest thing we're working on right now is growing. I came in at an amazing time. Maxon is doing amazing, and I get to come in at that juncture. So we're hiring 19 people right now. We have a lot of positions open, and we're trying to make it a worldwide organization and take more advantage of the people we have in the US office and the UK office and really make Maxon a worldwide company and grow and hire a lot of people. That's my main focus right now.
Hello and welcome to Bright Blue Innovation. We are at IBC in Amsterdam and we're talking to the new CEO of Imagine Communication. I say new CEO,
9
but
months.
yes, 9 months.
9 months is still new.
Yes. But as a continuation, we had the interview with Harris Morris and then with Charlie Voigt, and now we want to know more about you. So please share some highlights of your professional career, why you are in this area of business.
Okay. Well, look, I had the good fortune to work for IBM twice. Once right out of college, and I sold products in the banking and retail industry, and then left there and spent 5 years at Apple, and really enjoyed that. Still an Apple user, big fan. And then I went back to IBM in the global services business, and I think that's where I acquired a lot of the skills that are relevant for the job that I have here at Imagine, because delivery is a really important item in the services business, and I think my skill set there has given us a good opportunity to sharpen what we're doing for our current customers.
So when you were accepting this position, what was unique about the company that
Well, I've been for the 10 years since I left IBM Global Services, working primarily in the telecom business. There's a lot of change in that business, but the media and entertainment space is much more engaging. It's easier as a consumer to see what the changes are. I have kids that subscribe to YouTube TV. They don't have the $300 a month subscription that I have to my providers, cable and dish providers. So it's easy to relate to the challenges that our customers are having, and with their business models, and that's kind of my niche. I'm a problem solver.
We believe that the company is personification of the leader, and that's why. And let me tell you something. I talked to your employee. I'm not saying behind your back, but they say that you're a very practical person.
3 things have always worked for me: transparency, sincerity, and reality. That works whether you're dealing with your investors and setting those expectations, or working with customers or employees. And I think that one of the wonderful things about Imagine is that we have a leadership position with several technologies, and we've experienced the difficulties of being a pioneer as well. And so I think what you're hearing from the employee base is a little bit of balance back to, hey, it's not a reality until it's working for our customers, and we're collecting. We've got three focuses at the moment, the things that are near-term execution emphasis. One is to really take advantage of the momentum that we have in IP-based playout. Now, we have other good products that are IP products in networking, for example, but the reason to focus on playout is we have the most distinct competitive advantage. We have the most experience. You can't compress 3 years of experience. It takes 3 years to get 3 years of experience. So IP playout is really important for us. We find that customers focus on it because it's how they deliver their advertising schedules. And for us, it drags $1.33. Every time somebody buys $1 worth of playout, it drags $1.33 of other. So that pragmatism, that's the reason for focusing on IP. But we've also found that not all of our customers are ready for IP-based products, either because their money's spending capital on content creation or because they're risk averse and they want to buy in later on the maturity curve. Sure. And so we've spent the summer, the last 90 days in the business with our investors, deciding how to be relevant for those customers that aren't quite ready. What's our value proposition in that relationship? And so we're going to be introducing some new services. They're in beta test. We've got literally classroom training going on here with some partners to help our people understand how to extend the life of assets that have been purchased from us and other vendors.
What is it that MediaKind is showing here at IBC 2018? I think this is the first major European show under the new branding.
Yes, absolutely. It's a really exciting time for us. As you can see, we've rebranded. We have a new brand launch. We did that a couple of months back, and this is the first major show globally for us, actually, with the new branding. So it's a very exciting time for us. Of course, IBC is a really important show for us in terms of our business. We work with a lot of partners and customers from around the world, and many people congregate on this show. So it's a great time for us as well. So in terms of the industry as a whole, there's a lot of change going on right now. We see that a lot of what's considered the traditional broadcast approach to delivering services, to creating content and passing that through the end-to-end chain. We're seeing a lot of that moving to making use of new technologies such as cloud, such as the internet, and finding new ways to leverage those networks that are available and so widely spread. So we've been investing very heavily over the last, I would say, 4 or 5 years now, actually, in developing our platform capability to really leverage that sweet spot, that opportunity of using the cloud technologies and the internet service to deliver content effectively through, including HDR, including 4K.
What is it that Technicolor is kind of trying to highlight at IBC 2018?
So we are highlighting a series of elements, and we still have a lot of activities related to HDR, where we present the latest changes and the latest update on how we are now part of the HTSC standard, of the China standards, which is very important topics, and we really now see the quality of our technology for delivering and upgrading content to HDR. That's one of the main topics. We have a series of themes around broadband, which we will not cover there. And then what we mostly show is, in fact, all the change to the market with the Android TV that is currently now happening across the board, where we see really many hybrid boxes coming up to market. And these hybrids really carry the full set of services behind one single remote, with a lot of complexity, including all the various CAS vendors that we have. and different UIs, but having one device supporting all the services, and now including also the assistant services that are coming on top, and integration of what I would call now video services such as Netflix, Amazon Prime, DAZN, all these kind of elements.
So as these Android set-top boxes come into play, I know that Technicolor has been addressing content delivery and content globally for decades. They're kind of the leader in that. One of the challenges for set-top boxes is all the regional nature for it. With this Android set-top box, is it going to present more of a uniform or familiar UI across regions for people, or is it just going to still allow for more localization, that in France they can have their sort of television and apps, and in Belgium they could have their own? Is it going to help homogenize things or help localize the set-top box market?
So the short answer is that yes, the localization is possible. Okay. The big difference is that in the past, everybody was building his own solution from the ground up. Okay, they were starting from a proprietary OS and later with a Linux, and they were doing all the stabilization, doing the integration of their services, and then they were starting to build a UI on top to have a closed ecosystem that was completely carrying the service of the operator. That really was the before Android. Nowadays, with an Android, Android is mostly a platform. Okay, it's a platform that brings all the technicalities. So all the aspect of having an OS that is running, that is stable, that is able to decode the video is provided by this platform. And then on top of that, the operator can really concentrate on delivering his services. And the main concept that is being changed by Android is that where before we had a monolithic OS that was having the various elements inside and you had to do a full validation every time you had to add a new services, here we are entering an app world where a service is an app. Okay. Which is a key difference